The first time Nikolai saw the house, it was 11:30. The second time, it appeared 20 minutes later. The third time, it was waiting beyond the very next bend. Nikolai had been driving forward all night. Route 47 left Bresna at 10:15 every night and reached Valin shortly after midnight. Nikolai had driven it for 11 years. He knew every village, every railway crossing, and every place where the forest leaned too close to the road. It was not a difficult route. It was simply old, dark, and badly maintained. That was how Nikolai explained most things.
7 adults boarded Route 47 that night. 6 were familiar: factory workers, an old man with a canvas bag, and 2 students returning home for the weekend. The 7th was a woman Nikolai did not recognize. A boy followed her aboard. 2 to Velin, the woman said. Nikolai tore off 2 tickets. The woman took only 1. You said 2, Nikolai reminded her. She looked toward the boy, then back at Nikolai. Yes, 2. She accepted the second ticket. The woman took a seat by the window. The boy remained apart from her. He did not speak, remove his wet jacket, or look at the other passengers. In the mirror, Nikolai saw him watching the road behind the bus, as if he were waiting for something to catch up. The house appeared 6 kilometers beyond the abandoned sawmill. Nikolai noticed it because there had never been a house there before. The ground beside that part of the road was too wet for building. Even the old villages stood farther uphill. But there it was, an aging house, a closed wooden gate, and 1 weak yellow window. An old woman stood behind the gate, holding an empty metal bucket. She did not wave. She did not ask the bus to stop.
As the bus passed, she turned her head and watched it go. Was that house always there? Nikolai asked. What house? Back there, by the road. There's nothing there until Drozdy. Drozdy was another 40 minutes away. Nikolai looked into the mirror. The boy was still watching the darkness behind them. 20 minutes later, the same yellow window appeared between the trees. The same damaged roof. The same leaning fence. The same closed gate. But the entire property now stood much closer to the road. The old woman was still behind the gate. The bucket was gone. In its place, she held a child's jacket, muted mustard, with a dark blue hood, exactly like the one the boy was wearing inside the bus. Nikolai looked into the mirror. The boy was still standing in the aisle. Then every light inside the bus went out. For several seconds, there was only the cold light from the windows and the glow of the dashboard. When the lights returned, the aisle was empty. The woman was sitting alone on the final rear bench.
"Where is the boy?" Nikolai asked. "What boy?" "The boy who got on with you." "She got on alone," the older passenger said. There wasn't a boy, one of the students added. Nikolai touched the ticket machine. He remembered tearing off 2 tickets, but only 1 receipt remained beneath the metal clip. The woman turned toward the dark window. "He shouldn't have looked back," she said. The house returned beyond the next bend. This time, its closed gate stood barely a meter from the broken edge of the asphalt. The old woman remained behind it. The jacket was gone. In both hands, she held a small white route card bearing the number 47. Nikolai's own route card was still in the windscreen above him. "Do not stop," the woman said. Nikolai kept his foot on the accelerator. The bus passed the gate. The stop bell rang once, then again. On the 3rd ring, every light inside the bus went out. When the lights returned, the woman was still sitting alone on the final rear bench. At 12:17, the road finally opened onto the lights of Velin. Nikolai was only 2 minutes late. The bus stopped on the empty terminal forecourt. The doors opened. 6 passengers stepped out into the rain. None of them said goodbye. None of them looked back. The woman remained on the final rear bench. "This is the last stop," Nikolai said. The woman did not respond. Nikolai left the driver's seat and walked down the empty aisle. "Are you all right?" Still, she gave no answer. Then she looked directly at him for the first time. "Take me back," she said, "while the house still remembers the way." A wooden gate stood beyond the terminal lamp. The same damaged gate Nikolai had passed 3 times that night. There was no house behind it. Only rain, low fog, and darkness. Then one window in the closed dispatcher building went dark. A moment later, another window filled with the house's weak yellow light. Behind the glass, a small hand appeared. It rested quietly against the window. At dawn, Route 47 was found in its usual bay in Bresna. The doors were locked. The route card was in place. Nikolai was gone.